Feels very right to have Michael Vick on, 4-time Pro Bowler, 13 years in the NFL, most career rush yards by a quarterback in league history, over 6,000, Fox Sports NFL analyst. So I said this last week, and I used to get crap for saying this, that I would say, I want my quarterback on that Wednesday press conference, Michael. I want the hat on straight. You got the big bank sponsor. You are the face of the franchise.
Definitely.
Shave, play the part.
Yeah.
And I watched Jalen Hurts on that thing. Dude looks like a senator. In fact, he looks better than our senators. And there is something about his maturity, and I know I got crap for this, but it does matter. I think the team feeds off his maturity and his resilience. What do you make of what we're seeing?
I mean, on and off the field, Jalen Hurts look apart. If I can go back and do it all over 20 years ago, I would certainly make sure that I looked the part. I was, polished when I stepped on the podium. That comes with just leadership and understanding your position. And I think Jalen Hurts really understands the position that he's in. Being a quarterback of a flagship organization like the Philadelphia Eagles really means a lot. He takes it serious, and so, that team is maturing and as good as it is because of Jalen Hurts.
Is he healthy? When you watch
and everybody else, but
is he healthy? I mean,
from the looks of it don't look. Nobody's really healthy this time of the year, and especially the way he played. Taking some hits, a lot of sacrifice, but he's not out there. He wouldn't be out there if he couldn't be out there.
He's not
for sure.
injured.
Yeah, and so sometimes accountability and everything matters when you're a competitor. You want to be there for your teammates, and you want to show them that I'm willing to go the extra, play hurt, because you gain respect.
Right.
It's another form of leadership.
Michael, I remember watching Aaron Rodgers at Cal, and then 3 years later, I'm like, he's got a way better arm. Is that when Jalen Hurts was at Alabama, it was like he runs. People do improve in life.
Yeah.
I can, a politician can, anybody can.
Correct.
I think throwing the football, he looks different than 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Take me to your progression. Is it because he sees the field? Is it because the receivers are better? Is it coaching? Because remember, he's got a new OC this year.
Yeah.
He looks so much more comfortable throwing the ball deep.
Yeah. You become a better passer when you learn to anticipate. And so, I mean, anybody can hit a 10-yard hitch. My son can throw a 10-yard out. You can throw a 10-yard. J-Mac, we can all gun those in there with a little practice and repetition. But when you start to throw them down the field throws, them in cuts, them out routes, and routes that, you get a certain coverage, you got to anticipate it. There might be a small window that you got to put the ball. But if you understand pre-snap, look, this was coming, anticipate it. Now you're a little more accurate because you know where you get there before you get to the spot first and help your receiver get to the spot. So I think that's truly important as far as progression for a passer, understanding pre-snap what's going to be there and then seeing it and then hitting it with accuracy.
Yeah, your mind's not racing.
Right.
You know what's coming.
Yeah, you calm. It's a sense of calm.
Yeah.
In order to make those throws. Other than that, you get wiry, erratic.
Yeah.
So
you ran. Now Cam Newton, Big Ben, Josh Allen, because of their size, are a little more durable. And so Josh Allen, much like a Ben and a Cam, he can take a lot of these hits. But I do feel like, okay, we're 6 years in now, and when this team gets in the red zone, their offense is, hey, Josh, it's like high school.
Yeah.
Just go make a play. Are they wasting his talent?
I don't think they're wasting his talent. I think, just with every quarterback, it's levels. It's progression. I think you're only going to be as good as your offensive coordinator. And I think it's just so true. Sometimes a coach can't win you the game, but they can lose you the game. Us as players got to take the onus of, when the play is called, we got to dissect it. We really got to break it all down really, really quick. And, sometimes I used to pride myself a lot on, if I heard a play call come in and I did something outside of the box within the play, as long as I can explain it, and
you can go to Andy Reid and explain it.
Yeah, Andy, I'd rather him say, good job. I don't want to explain it, complete the pass or whatever the check is, make it happen, keep it moving. Sometimes, you get into the red zone and, it get a little tighter, it's a little more anxiety, and them play calls just got to be spot on. And it don't always got to be down the field throws, It's still ways to move the ball in the red zone, screens and quick pad dumps. Like it's ways to move the ball quick.
I want to ask you. So there was a play last night where Gabe Davis broke free, and Gabe turns to the corner. I know
exactly what you said.
Instead of in. Now, Josh Allen's reaction was almost, "Hey, Gabe, you turned the wrong way." Mm-hmm. So a lot of times in the NFL, you know this, you throw the ball before the cut's made.
Yeah.
On that play, what is the rule? For instance, Gabe maybe beats his man more quickly than he anticipated.
Right.
Is there a rule in this league? Because Josh threw it before Gabe had perfectly turned.
Josh reacted in a cover zero situation. I mean, it's all out blitz. Everybody's coming. And unless Gabe just ran his route that was designed, the route that was in the play call. If
he ran that to the corner.
I think either Josh anticipated him it's cover zero. We've seen this look plenty of times. You know what that means. I mean, all hell about to break loose. Just run. That's why he lobbed it to a spot. It was a perfect pass.
Yeah.
I think Gabe just ran his route. And so if Gabe ran the route that was designed in the play call, he did the right thing.
Right.
But Josh anticipated us being on the same page, years of experience. I could be wrong. But when we see cover zero, it's red.
By the way, Justin Herbert saw one last night, and he doesn't have a deep threat.
Yeah. And same reaction.
Right. Okay, I want to ask you about Russell Wilson. So, listen, in Seattle, we all knew what he was. Twitchy, moved. He didn't move like you, but the raindrop throws. And then last year, it plummets. So my takeaway was, is he washed? How? He's never been hurt. So now if you look at the last 5-6 games, he's back to Russell in Seattle.
Yeah.
I think in Seattle he had better receivers, but he didn't have a Tyler Lockett, but he still got so when you watch this Denver offense, what are they doing now, in your opinion, that maybe they weren't a month ago?
I think it's predicated on better field position, one. Defense is playing really well.
Yes.
And so they're giving them opportunities to, have short fields, cross the 50, punt returns and get into a good field position, which allows the play calling to be different. True. It's so much easier to call the game when you cross the 50 as opposed before you get to the 50.
Right.
And so everything changes. The end zone is a lot closer. It's more opportunity. And so it opens up the playbook, especially when you get into that big red. So I think the play calling is different. Russell is definitely getting on the same page with Sean.
I like their running backs.
Yeah, I like the run. And I like the fact that Coach don't shy away from the run game, even if it's not working. It can be 2 yards here, 3 yards there. You pop 1 for 6. And consistency in the run game keeps the defense honest and allow him to play call the way he wants to.
So I want to go C.J. Stroud this weekend lost. But there is something, and we're going to see Justin Fields tonight. And so there's the old saying is, winning's not a quarterback stat. And, obviously it's a team game.
It is.
But I don't think if Davis Mills was starting, they'd be nearly as good as with C.J. Stroud with all the same dudes.
Yeah.
Are you surprised? Because the one thing I think I can tell, I think I can from watching it on television, is that he sees the field so quickly. Yep. Now, I watched you all through college. You didn't have to worry too much about that. And you also in college sometimes have stuff schemed. You got a first, second read and then run.
It's easy, yeah.
In the NFL, it's not that easy.
No.
So when I watch him, I think, he just sees it quickly. Did you see it quickly? Did it take time? What do you make of what you're seeing?
Yeah, it took time. I certainly was as good as C.J. Stroud was when I was a rookie, as good as he is now, especially so early. I couldn't have handled at all starting as a rookie, for one. And being honest, it was just, trying to create an understanding of Dan Reeves' offense. It was super complex.
Sure.
I mean, we even had to call 2 plays in the huddle sometimes, and so it's different. But I don't know what the terminology or verbiage is for C.J. Stroud, but whatever it is, he got it. He's comfortable. Like you say, he sees it really quickly, and it's the anticipation part. Knowing how to anticipate and get there before the defender can get there.
Yes.
And it just works every time. And if they're teaching that and he's grasping that, now you got offense.
So next week it's Philadelphia, San Francisco. And, there's like Hall of Fame level dudes.
Yeah.
And I know we're early on this. We still have a Monday night game. but I want you to go back to your career in your biggest games against your best teams. And this is going to be one of these games for Brock Purdy. Now he faces an equal roster. These are the two best teams, I think, in the NFC.
Yeah, in this game.
Is there a lean for you?
This is certainly a good indication of what we're going to see down the road, in the playoffs at some point, depending on how, everything shapes out and how it's configured. But we'll get a chance to see Brock Purdy versus, what he's going to see down the road. And that's a tough Philadelphia Eagles defense that's, led by guys who future Hall of Famers, Pro Bowlers, and know how to win, mentally.
Do you buy Brock Purdy? I mean, against Seattle,
I buy any quarterback who's consistently good. More wins than losses. We are judged by that, and he understands exactly what has to happen within that offense in order to move the chains, and so he know how to get Debo involved. He know how to get George Kittle involved. He know how to move the chains, and that's important. That's why he's on the field and nobody else.
When you have as much talent as Philadelphia and specifically San Francisco, as a quarterback, did you ever feel pressure? Okay, I got to give George Kittle a look, or he's not going to be happy at halftime. Did you sense that? You feel it?
Yeah, that's a real thing. Some guys different from others, but you always want to keep guys in the rhythm and keep them happy. And, they spend a lot of time in practice running routes, and sometimes the ball don't come their way. And, they might go 2 or 3 periods in practice where they don't touch the ball. And so you want to keep everybody satisfied, want to keep them into the game. And, just want them to keep leading and blocking for you and fighting for you, when you got to handle business the other way or when we got to go run-centric. Just stay involved. The best leaders and the best players are the guys who are unselfish, the guys that I've been around who don't really care about stats. They'll get theirs when they get theirs, and it's more team-oriented than anything else.
But occasionally you'll get an A.J. Brown, somebody wants to get
Which is good, too.
So when it happened,
Absolutely.
when somebody came to you on the sidelines...
Make you better. It make you better. It just heightens your focus. These one of our premier players, you got to touch it. I was watching the game last night, and I felt, I just said to myself, all good things happen when A.J. Brown touched the ball. And so you can't get him the ball all the time. You got to spread it around. You got Swift. You got Devontae. You got to spread it around, but, that guy can be the reason why they win it all.
Yeah. Michael Vick is joining us. So you're friends with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
He's having a great year. I just love watching him play. There's another guy that's grown. The last couple years he's gotten banged up. It does look like they have the best receiving talent they've had. Mm-hmm. Give me your thoughts on Baltimore going forward. Now, Burrow's out. Buffalo's not going to make the playoffs. I think they match up with Kansas City well. Give me your thoughts. You know Lamar about the contract, the offseason. He finally has playmakers. What do you see when you watch your friend?
It just looked dangerous. It just looks like the game is coming so easy to him. In total control, I think I said this before. And just when you understand the offense and you come to work every day and now you can get better. I can get better tomorrow because, when I get the play sheet, it's faxed over to me at night, I can look at all these calls and I can see the touchdowns. Like if you can see the success in the play sheet in the play calls, that's when you thrive.
You sleep well.
And I think Lamar just comes into a game where he know, like, I'm coming to get it done with my arm, but I can get it done with my legs too. But to spread the ball around to Zay and Odell, and I don't have to do it on my own, it just makes the game so much easier. So it's a big credit to Lamar. It's even bigger credit to John Harbaugh, who's surrounding him with the talent and the organization who making sure that we ain't gonna leave no excuses when it comes down to this AFC Championship game. If we get there, we're gonna be well equipped.
For the record, when players get paid, they often change. Lamar's different. Jalen Hurts. Lamar got paid. He's feistier. He's some guys get paid, and I've heard this before from GMs. Some guys get paid, and it's just they're not the same guy. He almost is more intense and feistier. The money didn't change him at all.
Yeah, these dudes just want to. They want to be great. They want to be great. They never want to be the reason why their team don't win the game. When you take on that type of attitude, I never wanted to be the reason. I never wanted to cut the film on and, man, if I'd have made a better throw, I wouldn't have thrown that interception. And there was times I had my moments.
Yeah.
But, more good than bad. And, if they continue to progress and continue to take that presidential attitude on and off the field, man.
When did you get it? Year 4, year 5? When you said, wait. Did somebody have a conversation with you and said, Michael?
It was like year 6 or 7 when I started to realize the impact I had on the game, what I was doing for the game and for the position, how I could grow and get better. Once I got with Bobby Petrino, was introduced to a different offense, a different system, I started to see my potential. Now it went from just making Pro Bowls to now, chasing greatness. Not the Super Bowl, aspect of, what that would do for my legacy started to creep in. It was a little too late, but I got it. And so when I got to Philadelphia, I took on the same attitude and was able to bring the younger guys with me and help them build, in the leadership role, so they can understand when I leave what they got to do to the next generation. So I knew I had to pass on that goodwill, and so I was just extremely focused on that, but it made me a better football player.
Great seeing you as always. You flying back to Florida here?
Headed back to Florida.
All right. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving with your family.
Yeah, I did.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.